Should we explain why there hasn't been a podcast for 3 weeks, or should we just leave it?
Well, I didn't know if that reason would kind of come into your half of the news, because is any of your news or updates regarding the reason why we haven't had a podcast?
Not really. There's not a lot of newsworthy really happened. I just relaxed.
You didn't really do much. You just visited the Thai people and had a bit of a chill out.
Exactamundo.
Okay, no adventures, nothing special whilst you were over there. No odd, humorous, what's the word? Anecdotes.
No, or unusual incidents, or unidents as they're known.
Ooh.
There probably were, but I've kind of forgotten them by now. I've been back for a week.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there are. I was in Thailand. I was on holiday. That's what happened.
Yeah. Visiting his Thai converted mother.
Yeah. No, she hasn't got citizenship. She's not married to him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that works anyway.
Well, no, I don't have much news, but there was a bit of news just before you left that we didn't update on.
Okay.
Blaze Castle Park burnt down.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I heard about it. My nan gave us a ring when I was over there, so I heard all about that.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently the big wooden tower with the slide, was it? That's what I heard.
So something like that. Yeah, I haven't actually. The only reason I ever walk past Blaze is to go to your house.
Well, weren't you popping in whilst I was away to play Digimon by yourself?
Yeah. Just breaking in through the window.
In through the window.
They knew, your neighbours knew it was fine, because they're used to seeing a guy with green hair coming up to your house every couple of weeks.
The Green Man. Green Man Gaming. Please
Green Man
sponsor us.
Gaming.
Yeah.
That should be my if I ever do another gaming channel.
It's FYI, that is already a company that sells video games. That's why I said it.
I'll just have to go back to TS games, and I suppose.
Yeah. bit of green, bit of black gaming.
Ooh.
As it were, yes. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Was that
it? Yeah, that's kind of the only news I've got.
All right. I've got some news for you.
Oh, have you got news for me?
Yes. Hang on, let me open up the link to remind myself of what it is.
You haven't got the news on you, but you've got news somewhere.
And let me just pick it back up and put it back on me. So Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf
is returning.
Red Dwarf.
Reginald Dwarf is returning to TV in 2020 for a new 2-hour feature-length special.
Oh, not a series then.
No.
Oh,
I know.
Also, that'll disappoint me a little bit, just because I do like my series.
However, if you think about it, a series is 6 episodes long. Each of those episodes, accounting for adverts, is about 20 minutes, just over 20. So 2 hours is about those 6 episodes. Maybe you've lost 10 minutes.
Yeah, I suppose if you are doing it like that, yeah. I'll give you.
I know what you mean, though. The format of 25-minute episodes is kind of it's different.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
It looks like Doug Naylor is just kind of keen to do something longer, because he was trying to do that stage play, wasn't he?
Okay.
So maybe
he's got big plans, but not enough TV time. So
yeah.
He said Solid would just do a big movie thing instead.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that's good.
Oh, no, cool.
In the Pokémon department.
Oh, Pokemon department. Oh, yeah, we've only got about 20 days or so.
Yeah, it's not long. I think it's 3 weeks, because I've got my holiday booked, and I know that's 3 weeks away.
Okay, yeah, there we go then.
Yeah. They've I don't know if you saw any of this, but they hyped up I think I mentioned it on one of these. They hyped up this 24-hour live stream they were doing. That was
I know you mentioned it.
Yeah. It was like they'd put a camera in the forest or something, and you could just see the wildlife going past. But basically, on that 24-hour live stream, almost nothing happened.
One bird shat.
Yeah. We saw one new thing, which was a Galar form of an existing Pokemon. It's a Kanto Pokemon, by the way. Who would have guessed? For that whole live stream, that whole 24 hours was just for that one thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they had this new trailer last week, and they're like, there's a new trailer, make sure you watch it. And it was just some new gigantonormous forms of more Kanto Pokemon. Yeah.
Wait, so isn't Gigantonormous Forms literally just upsized Kanto Pokemon? There's nothing new about them except the size.
Oh, not just Kanto Pokemon, every Pokemon can do it.
Okay, yeah, but
I think
basically revealing an upsized
Yeah.
Pokemon is basically saying, right, we'll take this JPEG of Raichu,
they do have
boost it up twice the size, and then add a little filter around it.
for most of them, that is the case. There are a few ones that they've done special designs for, though. That's what they were revealing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
But it is still completely pointless because all it does is make them bigger, increases their HP a little bit. And it's like when like from the in-depth battling gameplay sort of view that I like, it's pointless because the strong Pokemon are still strong and the weak Pokemon are still weak. They're just bigger.
It changes nothing basic.
And
every Pokemon can do it.
Yeah, and then like if everyone's super, no one will be.
Yeah,
and also from just like the game development point of view, why should we give a shit about it when we know they're going to forget about it in the next gen anyway? It's just it's quite annoying.
This is close to maybe being the last gen I get hyped about. That's only because it's a UK region.
Yeah. What's interesting is that they haven't actually revealed anything about the story or anything like that. They've told us like kind of there's not even really a villainous team as such. It's just these guys are bad. Watch out. I don't even know if there's like a villainous plot or anything.
Just
they haven't.
Batman, Yobos.
Yeah, they haven't.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if there's another trailer maybe in the week before that explains a bit more, or whether they're just going for, look, we've got some Pokemon in this game. Make sure you buy it. That's the angle they've gone down so far. It's interesting.
Or is it that they've got so much hand-holding they don't want to put people off? Whereby Shell is like, this isn't the story, this is people just talking for an hour. I don't want to buy this game.
It's like, hello, are you a boy or a girl? And then the screen fades a little bit and text comes up on the top. It says, to move the cursor, press the down button.
It's all like Joy-Cons now and stuff, so it'd be like motion control. Flip your left hand down to move the cursor down. Press the button on your right to select.
Pokemon Sword and Shield require at least 5 square meters of free space to play correctly.
Make sure you've strapped your control to your wrist. Always use protection. Yeah.
I'm hoping they'll. I mean, I like that style of game, like the Pokemon game style. Anyway, that's obvious. So I'm hoping that I'll just enjoy that, if nothing else.
Yeah, I'm just not. I am a bit hyped for it, but I think only because the fact I found out it was a UK region.
Yeah.
I would before that and after it, I'm gonna be a bit like, okay, unless they die and hand over to some new people.
Unless they die. There's only one thing we can do, Ozzy. We have to kill them.
Kill them. Yeah, no, but unless they change it up in a radically brilliant way, like literally making it like Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon or something. Because you can see them trying to add elements to this one, but I don't think it's going to be just one big open world Pokemon game. I think if like the next game's big open world choices, that might interest me a bit more. But if they just keep doing the same thing, it's just
it's very kind of turn-based JRPG. They've kept that throughout the entire series of Pokemon. We'd rather there was more like
I don't mind turn-based.
Yeah, no, same. But we'd rather they actually maybe tried to make more like a story-based RPG elements of it, so that there was actually something for you to do.
Yeah,
that was more a bit interesting rather than just plod through the 7 gyms, then beat the final team, then do the 8th gym, then the Elite Four, which is what it is in every game.
Yeah, they need to change. Yeah, it's kind of stop adding gimmicks and just completely change your plot.
Yeah,
in a way that's never been done before. Like maybe don't start off in a small little town with like 4 houses.
You know, there's that hack that
Don't start off in a town. Just start. You're like shipwrecked on a Pokemon island. You were from another region. Your boat crashed. You're shipwrecked.
You're a prisoner with a guy with his mouth like bandaged up, and then you're about to all get executed, and one of them's Ulfric Stormcloak, but then a dragon attacks, and you all just wait. That's Skyrim.
Okay, I played, but not.
In the Elder Scrolls games, you always start off as an unnamed prisoner, or shipwreck was very Skyrim, very Elder Scrolls. I mean.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Do you remember there's that hack of crystal? I can't remember what it's called. Something crystal.
Crystal clear or something.
Something like that. Yeah. That might be it.
The crystal where you can do the gyms in any order.
Yeah, and it basically does what we've always wanted, which is can you pick a town to start in? I can't remember. But that's even just something like that would be such a huge change, because not only would it make the game different, it would also give you replay value. And if they let you have multiple saves, that would,
Well, now that it's on Switch, you can have you can technically have multiple saves, because if you open up a new account on the Switch,
okay.
You don't have to sign up or anything, but you just make a new account built into the Switch and just have another saved on that.
Okay.
So you technically can have multiple saves now.
But it would make sense.
I get you.
And then they sort of auto level things based on how many gym badges you've got and things like that.
Yeah.
It just seems like it seems like a no-brainer to me, just to make it a bit different, but oh well.
It's like they always put effort into making it look as good as they can, that they don't try to update how it plays that much.
Yeah, that's true.
Every trailer is always like, look at this new town, it's all wow. Look at this new Pokemon, it's all wow. It's not like, right, this is a function we have that lets you do something you've never done before. You can go.
That's useful.
You can travel the entire game with a friend.
Yeah.
And you can team up. If you are with this friend, every battle becomes a double battle of sorts.
Yeah.
So it levels up their Pokemon to make it more of a challenge and not just Pokemon, let's go Pikachu easiness of Mummy, come help me beat these people because I can't do it on my own.
There's lots of things they could do. Like the experience share. I was really gutted when they changed the experience share to make it an experience all. Because it made it too easy, but then I switched it off, and then I was in the situation where I caught a Pokemon that was 10 levels lower than the rest of my team, and it was really, it was like, just let me put an experience share on him for a bit. Yeah.
I only want to train this one Pokemon, not all of the,
It's things like that where, and this is like the moan about Pokemon Hour, that we've spoken about it before, where they seem to just forget all the good things they did in the previous gen and start from scratch again. That's a big bugbear.
Apart from the core mechanics of the game, go from hometown to gym to gym to gym, catch Pokemon, fill Pokedex, rival ABC, evil team. It's kind of the core elements there.
Yeah.
They tried a little bit to change it up with the island trials, but they just turned out to be glorified gyms anyway.
Yeah. There were still 8 of them, wasn't there?
Much of I think in Sun and Moon there was, but then they added 1 or 2 in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Okay. I haven't finished that one yet.
But either way, they could have done something a bit bigger than just okay, this is a boss battle you have to do at the end, but there's a little maze you got to go through at the start.
Yeah.
Make it more like a proper puzzle, and it's you completing the puzzle that makes you pass the challenge and win the trial, not, you have to beat a totem Pokemon at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to, puzzles that depend on what Pokemon you've got with you. So you need to get through the maze, but using certain types of Pokemon.
I will say, personally, I'd rather they just had gyms, because I really like the totem Pokemon battles. I think that's They were very challenging.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. I like gyms as well, but they need to add something different.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even have contests and stuff anymore. That was kind of a nice little thing.
I did like the
just
contests.
disappeared.
Yeah, people give the contest a load of stick. I quite liked them. It was like another form of battle, basically.
Yeah. They just, I think they need to explore more sort of like professions within the Pokemon world rather than just the Pokemon trainer. Your main goal can be the Pokemon trainer through this game, but you can also go off and do other things like contests or Super Sea Race on the back of a Pokemon.
That's kind of like I know I've mentioned Elder Scrolls before, but that is kind of what they do in that sort of thing, where there are different sort of like quest lines you can go on.
Okay.
Basically, to do different things, and you can do as many or as little of them as you like.
Yeah.
So like the first time I played through Skyrim, I just did all of them, and then the second time I played through, I kind of role played as like a stealthy, sneaky thief, and only did those ones, and it was
yeah. No, just they need to take the RPG in Pokemon and make it a lot more role play.
Yes. Definitely.
Rather than a strict linear, you are in the body of red, emerald, green, yellow.
That's what I was going to say.
Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy. I'm red. They've kind of... They're obviously they're kids' games at heart, or they're marketed at kids. So that's why they can get away with keep on making the same one again. And they're trying to, the way that they're keeping the older fans like us on board is by the incessant Kanto pandering, because they're like, oh, you liked watching Ash and you played Red and Blue, so this is what you like. So if we put this in, you'll buy our games. I mean, we're buying them anyway, it's just besides the point. But it's more like actually to keep those people, you need to actually make the games better. That's the otherwise people are just going to buy them and go, well, Pokemon's shit nowadays, isn't it? And not buy the next one.
Yeah, I think and if you overload Kanto, you're going to get bored.
Yeah. Well, people are bored of it already. There's a lot of backlash to this.
Yeah. Well, look how quick Pokemon Go sort of disappeared before they had to start adding Johto Pokemon to try and get people back in.
Yeah.
Because there was that period where everyone kind of dwindled off of Pokemon Go because there was no updates, there was nothing new, it was just Kanto Pokemon.
Yeah.
And everyone had got bored. And then they started adding, from what I hear, it's meant to be better now, but one day maybe.
Well. But anyway, Pokemon
hopefully they'll be good. I believe we're both going to be recording them in some aspects.
Yes.
So
yes.
We'll see how they do. If the co-op is as good as they say it's going to be, we may do stuff together.
It looks like it's just going to be those battles. I really hope it isn't. Based on the trailer, they only showed multiplayer in those battles.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had something big, they'd show it off.
Yeah. Oh wow. But still, we'll fill the bill.
Yeah.
I do have something a little bit more. It's still on the Pokemon
train. Yes.
Still on the Pokemon train, but a couple of weeks ago, for the first time in like 10 years, I bought a Pokemon magazine.
Oh.
Just for the whole sake of it. And in it, it has...
I was going to ask, was it bottom shelf or top shelf? Like, bottom shelf is the kids' magazine. Top shelf is like got a Gardevoir on the front with a strip of foil over it so they can't see it.
No, it was kids' magazine.
I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of, but there you are.
I'm still childish enough that I'll have a look through the kids' magazines when I go to a newsagent. But in it, we have which Eevee evolution are you?
Oh!
It's one of these like personality quiz things.
I'm immediately hooked.
So, which Pokemon would you most like to own out of Litten, Poplio, Jigglypuff, or Cosmonognogonog?
I don't know what that is.
the Sun and Moon baby one that becomes the legendary. Is it Cosmog? Cosmo?
I think it's Cosmog. What were the first three? I've forgotten them.
Jigglypuff, Cosmog, Poplio, and Litten.
Oh.
Mm.
I don't want any of them.
I know, I had that.
I'd probably go for Cosmog. He's quite...
it's a legendary.
No, he's a little cheeky chappy, didn't he? Like,
yeah, he is.
I remember him from Sun and Moon.
Yeah. Get in the bag, Nebby.
Yeah. Do I need to make a note of what I'm picking here?
No, I've got it here.
Okay.
It's like one of those like map things where like each one leads to a new bubble with a new question in it.
Oh, okay.
Very kiddie. You spend most weekends with your friends. True or false?
I don't know. It's like 50-50.
It's like every other weekend we meet up. Do you meet up with any other friends on weekends?
No.
No?
I'll say no.
False?
No. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Your moods change very quickly. True or false?
True.
True. Thunderstorms are awesome. True or false?
True.
True. You are Jolteon.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
You're always
It works.
You're always full of energy and spark, just like the electric type Jolteon.
I don't think that's correct, but yeah. Right.
Okay, but yeah.
What were you?
I was Umbreon. So I think I went Cosmonog as well.
Yeah.
Then I went up to you spend most weekends with your friends, which is true for me. Because
Okay.
if I'm not hanging out with you, I might be hanging out with Ray, or I've recently started hanging out with Alex again.
Yeah.
So my weekends are kind of my time to hang out with friends. So that was true for me. Then it led to you are not afraid of the dark, which is true.
Okay.
And then you prefer nighttime to daytime, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm very nocturnal, and that led to Umbreon.
Nice. We both got what we wanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know a lot of people don't like Umbreon because they say it's like, oh, it's the whole edgelord emo boy type Pokemon.
Case in point.
That's probably why I like it.
Yeah.
It's got dark colors. It represents the nighttime. But it's
Look,
still
it's not Absol.
a high energy. No, but it is still a high energy and sort of loving, happy Pokemon. So,
I mean,
dark light.
my point being, if you'd done this flowchart and ended up with Absol, I'd have been like, come on.
No, well, I didn't make the flowchart.
I know.
It's actually, if you want the proof, I could take a picture of it. Or
I believe you.
Yeah, it's for anyone at home. It's in issue 33 of the two.
Hello.
Okay, it's an old issue then.
Oh.
Because it's the 15th of September 2018.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, no.
Okay.
18th of September to the 15th of October. Okay. So issue 33 of the 2019 issues.
So
Be the one it's in.
if you want to buy that, you can't because it's not on sale anymore.
No. Well, unless your newsagents is slow in selling it.
Yeah. Okay, what's the magazine called?
I think it's just Pokemon.
Oh.
It's just Pokemon. There's no like Pokemon magazine.
Do you remember back in the day there used to be, I'm sure they must have been knockoff magazines, but I feel like they couldn't have got away with it, of Pokemon. And they had it was like Pokemon Master or something. Do you remember?
I know they had a lot of stuff like that for Doctor Who. Where they had like 50 different magazine spin-offs for Doctor Who. Where it was like Doctor Who Adventures in Time, Doctor Who The Collectible Card Game, Doctor Who Magazine.
Because I'm sure there were different Pokemon magazines, and like one of them or one or two of them were like slightly lower quality and didn't use the official art. But you know, like I'm sure they must have been like knockoff ones. I can't remember what they were called.
Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, well.
Oh.
So, I do have a little bit of holiday chat. It's not actually about the holiday; it's about the plane journey.
No.
Because I watched a load of films.
Oh, okay.
So it's Flim
of
Chat.
films.
Yeah.
Flim Chat. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that works.
So on the way over, I watched two films,
Okay.
which were Toy Story 4
Oh.
And I was disappointed, actually. On the email I got before I left, they said that I was going to, like, First Man, which is about the Apollo moon landings, was going to be on, and it wasn't, and I was really disappointed. Anyway.
So you had to settle with Toy Story 4, the one that everybody would have preferred to watch.
Well, that's quite rude. Yeah, I watched it. Have you seen it?
No.
It's okay. It's like,
Okay.
it's nowhere near as good as the other three. It's not.
They've slowly declined a bit since the second, I think. Number 3 was good, but not as good as the first two.
I tell you what, number 3 was a really good end point.
Yeah.
Because it was about, like...
Quite a dark ending, yeah.
It was about moving on and accepting that you don't have to keep... And then they just didn't move on and made another one.
Yeah. So what, are the films with, like, a new kid now and stuff, then?
The kid... Oh, yeah, the kid was in it briefly. Not a lot.
It's the one that grabbed them at the end of the film or whatever.
Yeah. So
I can't remember what they look like. I just know a kid grabbed them at the end or something.
Yeah. No. Andy gives the toys to the kid.
Well, yeah.
It's not like the kid just picks them up and goes, "Oh, it's mine now."
Mine now.
Yeah. So the story of Toy Story 4 is it's about basically one of the toy, like the new favorite toy goes, gets lost, and Woody has to go and rescue them and bring them back to the kid, that sort of thing.
Okay, a little bit, a little bit Toy Story 1-ish.
Yeah. Except in this case, Woody is like not getting jealous and shit.
Yeah, because he's grown up as a character.
Yes. But yeah, it was just like it was a good film. It was not a bad film. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to exist. But we're used to that sort of thing.
It wasn't perfect.
Yeah. And then the next one I watched was The Godfather.
What, the original?
Yeah, which
I've never actually seen.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I think, you've never seen it, but it's a good film because everyone talks about it. And I was in the same boat, so I thought, I'll watch that. I've got plenty of time. It's really good. It
is really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You know what? It is actually good.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things get really, overhyped, don't they?
I know what you mean, yeah. Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot of films that everyone bangs on about, and it's kind of just like, Okay, no, fair play. Nice to know.
Yeah,
nice
so I watched that, and then that was my film quota done. I was like nearly there then, so I didn't watch another one. But I've heard that Godfather 2 is better than the first one, and so I spent most of the holiday going, I'm looking forward to this flight so I can watch Godfather 2.
Okay, could you just choose any films?
Yeah, they've got a big selection.
Oh.
On the fancy screen nowadays.
Ooh.
Yes, I know.
Lovely, lovely.
So I watched, so then on the way back, I watched Godfather 2, and it was better.
Okay.
And then I watched The Godfather Part 3, and that was not as good as the other two, but it was still good.
You still enjoyed it because by that point you were into them.
Yeah. I know it was still a very good film on its own merit, but just the first two were better.
No, fair. Usually, yeah.
But then I watched, and I was looking for ages for a film to watch. So I was like, I've got to watch something. I'm bored out of my fucking mind here. And I saw Ip Man, and I thought, I've heard that's quite good. I watched that, and I went to click on it, and it said it was Ip Man 3, and they didn't have 1 or 2. So I was like, well, I won't watch that then.
I know I've watched one of them. I just can't remember much about it or which one.
Yeah.
I have seen an Ip Man at some point in my life. I have seen one of the Ips. I don't know which one.
See, when I buy apples, on my shopping list, because of a Spike Milligan poem from my Spike Milligan collection that I had as a child, and I still have, in one of his poems, he says, "You are the apple," and then in brackets he puts "ipple of my eye." And so on my shopping list, I write "ipples," and sometimes I shorten it to "ip." So that's what I think of when I hear Ip Man. Anyway.
The Apple Man.
Yeah.
The Apple Man can.
But what I did watch was something that someone at work recommended to me, and it's been on my list for a while, which was the Into the Spider-Verse Flim. The Spider-Man one.
Have not seen, but would like to. Any good?
It's really, really good.
Really, really
I think
good.
it's probably... I don't know, that one or The Godfather Part 2 was my favourite film that I watched. I can't really decide. They're so different, I can't really compare them.
Yeah, depends what mood you're in, I suppose.
Yeah.
You want dimensiony-wensiony superheroes, or if you want a sort of proper slice of life, then...
So Into the Spider-Verse is a Lord Miller film, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who did the Lego Movie. They did 21 Jump Street, which I liked both of those. And actually in Thailand on my mum's Netflix rather, we watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which I'd never seen before, which is another Lord Miller film, which I also really enjoyed.
I've seen the first one. I did enjoy it, yes.
Yeah. They're kind of just quite silly.
Yeah.
Even 21 Jump Street was just really silly and like surreal in places. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, Into the Spider-Verse was really good. It was like chock full of like geeky references to Spider-Man films and things like that as well.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can because I know the basic outline is that it's Spider-Man from different universes.
Yeah. That's the synopsis.
So I could see it being very sort of fan wanky.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You've got normal Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, TV Spider-Man.
So there's not actually that many.
Film Spider-Man.
So there's Spider-Man in the universe that we're in.
Okay.
And then there's the other one from the universe we're in. It's complicated.
Other one.
And then there's a Spider-Man from another universe who's like in his late 30s and has a beer gut and has like had a divorce from Mary Jane and all that. There's like emo chick Spider-Man woman.
Spider-Woman.
There's like anime Spider-Girl woman. She's not a Spider-Man herself, but she has a psychic bond with the radioactive spider that lives in her late dad's robot. And there's like
I do need to see it at some point.
And there's like a Looney Tunes pig Spider-Man. It's very good.
I saw pictures of that.
Christian here from the future. I can't believe I forgot to mention the film noir Spider-Man, played, no less, by Nick actual Cage. And I remember watching the film thinking, that sounds a lot like Nick Cage. It would make sense if this was a silly role he was doing because he's Nick Cage. But I'm not 100% sure. Sure enough, the credits pop up. It's only Nick bloody Cage, innit? Anyway, I'll let you go back to the past now. Bye! I'm falling down the time tunnel. Woo. And it has one of the best post-credits scenes I've ever seen. I was on the plane. I could see people looking. I was just guffawing with laughter throughout it. It was really good.
You should have just turned around and went, fuck you, this is good shit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't care what other people think. I'm laughing at a funny film, innit? But yeah.
No, fair play.
It was very good. So yeah, I really recommend that. It's good. It's good. It's good as a film. It's funny. And it's good from the geekiness, nerdy Flim sort of angle.
I have always been a big fan of the Man of Spiders.
I am the Man of Spiders. Oh, one thing I didn't like is that they stole the name of my cinematic universe. Do you remember from the personality quiz? And then the sequel to the personality quiz.
If you told me, maybe.
Yes. Which, obviously I came up with Spider-Verse on my own. Several months after this film was released, and I'm very disappointed that they stole it.
Okay. Spider-Verse. Did you? I can't even remember this.
I think we only mentioned it once. But I've always had...
I phased out for a lot of that personality quiz.
Yeah. No, it was in the second one we mentioned it.
Then I definitely didn't listen for that one. I forgot there was a second one.
Yeah, it wasn't a quiz. That's why.
Yeah. It was just, I vaguely remember it, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I know something happened that day. I've blocked it out.
But yes, that's Christian's recommendation for this week.
Oh. Nice Dishons.
Yes, and also The Godfather.
Oh, yeah. The Godfathers.
Because it's got all those quotes in it that people just talk about, like, have you come to me? He never actually says, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. He says things that are similar to it. It's like a beam me up, Scotty situation, I think.
Yeah. Or the Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in is from it's from part 3.
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah. I think most of the Godfather things I know, though, was referencing like kids' shows back in the 90s.
Rugrats in Paris.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Rugrats. Exactly. Oh, I need to watch Rugrats again at some point.
Is it My Brother's Bar Mitzvah? Is that it? Not
That
Bar
sounds
Mitzvah.
familiar.
Christening. Or are they Jewish?
No, I think it is Bar Mitzvah because they are Jewish. Yeah.
Are they Jewish? Oh.
I think they are. I need to check it.
Here's the sound of Googling.
Tommy and the Pickles family therefore partake in several Jewish activities throughout the series.
Ah.
Judaism in the Rugrats. There's a whole wiki page on this.
Judaism in the Rugrats.
Unless some of his family are Jewish, or like half the family are Jewish or something.
I found a quote. So Tommy goes to Angelica because some older boys took his brother's binky, and Angelica says, "You have come to me on the day of this wedding for me to take care of the boys who made your brother cry." So it's Angelica. Someone's getting married. I can't remember who.
Okay.
And then it cuts to their parents saying, "I can't believe Angelica saw that movie last night."
Yeah.
I can't do.
No, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
She only saw a scene or two. It couldn't have made an impression. Hi, Christian again from the future. So I just went and watched the Rugrats in Paris 2, the second one, opening scene again. And it's actually, if you watch the Godfather opening scene first, if you've never seen it, and then watch the Rugrats in Paris one, it's actually a really funny spoof. So I would recommend that as well. Anyway, that's enough from me. Right. Well, that's it for this week.
That's good. That's a good thing. I don't even really have a big finish update apart. I've finished 8th Doctor and Charlie.
Oh my god, how could I forget? Person at work, same person who recommended Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Was that he met up with his dad last night. They went for a meal, and his dad said, "I'm going to this Labour Party thing that Jeremy Corbyn's at. Do you want to come?" And he said yes. He went to it. He found it very underwhelming, just like the Labour Party themselves. Political jokes. Then, as he was leaving, in the foyer of this function room in Bristol was none other than Paul McGann.
Oh.
Yes. And that's pretty much the whole story.
Okay. So someone you knows someone who saw Paul McGann.
No, someone I know saw Paul McGann with his own two eyes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, fair play. Fair play to him.
He said he didn't do anything or say anything because there were a lot of people there who were very excited and excitedly talking to him and things like that. And so he kind of didn't want to...
You don't want to be a burden.
Yeah.
No. Fair. No, well, yeah, just I've got to the end of 8 and Charlie, and I think I'm going to try and carry on with her and 6 when I get the money.
Now, if you got to the end of 8 and Charlie, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I thought it was really interesting how you don't often get a companion leaving the Doctor because they start to think that the Doctor's a horrible person and don't want to be around them anymore, which is kind of what happened
After Kara's died. Yeah.
The Doctor kind of turns around and goes, "Well, great, he's gone. Let's get back to where we were."
But there are other Doctors that you could see doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I could really see Capaldi doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's kind of like after 900 years, you've kind of got to sort of desensitize yourself a little bit.
But
not completely, but...
Yeah. The 8th Doctor was a bit of a... he was quite rude a lot. In that series, at least. Because in Scherzo, the one that's...
especially after the whole Divergent Universe thing, he kind of stopped becoming a whole sort of cheeky chappy lover boy... And so it became a little bit depressed at times.
Well, there's that bit in Scherzo that I was thinking of when Charlie says, "But Doctor, I love you," and genuinely means it. And he basically goes to her, "Don't be ridiculous. Why do you love me? I couldn't love you. Don't be stupid."
Yeah.
Which is it's a bit different to how the 10th Doctor handled it.
Yeah, which is odd because everyone always sort of said McGann's Doctor was the whole romantic Doctor.
That's only because they made him kiss the lady at the end of the film, though, isn't it? Really?
Okay, I thought like people were including like his Big Finish runs and stuff, and that he kind of kept that movie persona throughout the entirety of the run.
He does.
But he kind of didn't.
But I think he is a bit like what's the word? He's like dandyish, and so people go, oh my Doctor, aren't you a card like that?
Yeah, definitely very sort of Victorian-esque. And I suppose matched Charlie.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, let's draw it to a close there on that nice note.
Just say look forward to me eventually getting to Charlie and 6. Because the final, did you like listen after the credits of her final one?
I can't remember.
It has the McGann credits. And then it sort of comes back into a scene where Charlie's managed to escape the ship blowing up. She's kind of just sat there lamenting to herself like, oh, look what you've got yourself stuck in now, girl.
That does ring a bell.
And then the TARDIS starts appearing. And she like runs up to it. It's like, oh, Doctor, you've come back. Yay. Opens the doors, runs in, and goes, oh, you're not who I was expecting. And then the 6th Doctor theme closes out.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
I'm sure I remember Charlie saying that, but I don't know.
It might be easy enough for you to find. It's literally the last 2 seconds of her final story.
I always listen to the end of them because I really liked the 8th Doctor theme.
I always listen to the end because I like the closing theme a bit better than the opening theme. Because the closing theme goes into everything else about it.
Yeah.
It
was really good on the listening in headphones with that one because it goes really deep.
It's made for audio.
Yeah.
It's a theme that's not just for TV. It's made specifically to be listened to.
Too hot for TV.
You have like a lot of like sound effects in there as well, like spaceships.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Anyway, thank you all for listening and or watching and mainly listening.
Actually, one final thing.
Okay.
We can discuss the main details, but Alex is up for joining us.
Excellent.
So we may have a 3rd member to fill the gap of a t'other one.
Let's cut back in. I can't remember what were we talking about.
We were literally. I think we were just trying to close off, and then I mentioned that.
That's right. Well,
we may have a new member next. We may have a guest joining us.
Yes.
Either indefinitely or now and then or whatever we can work out with our friend Alex.
Your friend and mine.
I know him a bit more. You know him a bit. Rich knew him the most. But 3rd person. Yay. Next time on Inaudible.
There's just enough time to say, if you liked this, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTubes if you're not already. Subscribe to the podcast on the audio version if you're not already. I don't know if rating a podcast makes any difference, but maybe do that anyway. Don't forget to you can email us, contact@termco.net, or tweet me at Invisible Tower, or comment on the video itself. If you there's also a Patreon, you can do that, and I've like redone the tiers and shit to make them really simple, because I was thinking a lot about this. Like, I know we've got no one Patreon in anyway, but I was still thinking about it. I don't like the idea of. I was thinking you could release unedited versions of things, obviously cutting out like controversial shit, and like the break in Digimon World if there's anything golden there. But I thought, I don't like gating things. It should all be free, and if you want to fling us $1 a month, that's fine. But yeah, so basically that'll get you a little shout out on the podcast where we'll talk about you and make fun of your name and so on. And for anything more, you get like a little, little mention on the end screen of the videos and shit like that. But That would be nice if anyone took us up on that.
Ever.
I think that's everything that we need to say. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm Invisible Tower on YouTube. That one over there is...
I'm TS Reactions on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you for...
You can find us through each other's YouTubes as well.
Yeah, through the web.
We are all connected in some way.
Thank you.
The tit hive mind.
The tit mind.
The tit mind.
Actually, the little background I had on my branding used to be like this, like hexagonal pattern that I called the hive. So it all fits. All works together. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for attempting to listen to this episode of Inaudible. Goodbye. Good night.
Quite a
Vienna.
nice long one for our welcome back after a couple of weeks. But
Yes.
bye.
Yeah. Every last second there of the Doctor Who theme arranged by David Arnold. The time just coming up to 7:15. Here's the news with Moira Stewart.